What's up everyone, welcome to Kai's channel. Today we'll be talking about the upcoming releases that I'm totally anticipated about. Now I know that it's been a while since I did one of these, so that it's now a perfect timing for me to bring you some of the updates on some of the products that have been teased before. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So starting off, we're going to talk about the Getter robot by Post Plus. Now as you might remember, back in February during the Wonder Festival in Japan, they actually posted this before, but during that time it's still in review stage that whether or not they're going to release that. But now it has been confirmed that they are going to release this. So this is going to be a very interesting release because we've seen what they did with the GaoGaiGa, looking very mechanic, so it's definitely really nice approach that they are going with their product. So with the Getter robot they're going to release, this is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Now I did look for a newer picture, but doesn't seem like there's new pictures circling around, so I'm gonna reuse the pictures that we've seen back in February. Now judging from the picture that we have in February, you can see that in the picture, it's actually looking really great. I'm not sure if they're actually going to come with a cape for the Getter one. And also, we're not sure that if this is separable and transformable. I kind of doubt it can do that, but a little part of me still hope that it does, given that the GaoGaiGa can do that. I'm just hoping that this can be done for the Getter one as well. If that's the case, that would be super fantastic. But again, it's very unlikely that's going to be happening. Now another thing that worries me about is that just as like the GaoGaiGa, will this be again insanely pricey, or would this be somewhat reasonable given the gimmicks that it has? So that's still something that I'm actually looking around for, and hopefully soon they will have some kind of release date, more information about it, and of course newer pictures for us to see. So that'll be something that's totally on the list and you should look out for as well. So when speaking about the Post Plus, definitely you cannot get around without talking about the GaoGaiGa series. Now we know that the GaoGaiGa is going to be released. Most of us have pre-ordered it already. If you haven't, do check it out, although it's again a little pricey, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. Now what I'm going to talk about today are these two shadows right here that they teased back in February, again in the Wonder Festival. From what you can see right now, it's a very vague and unclear picture posted by Post Plus themselves, and it's really hard to tell what they are, but at that time I guess the top one was Goldie Mark, but couldn't really tell what's the bottom one. But now we have a little more clear picture on what they might be. So as you can see right here, the shadow is holding a huge hammer, which obviously is the Golden Hammer. Now if you look a little bit underneath that, you can see this big huge chunk of block right there, which I'm guessing is the Goldie Mark transformed into the big hand himself. And it's connected to the GaoGaiGa. But if you look closely right under the next word, there's actually a sharp triangle there that's showing. And most likely, this would be the Star GaoGaiGa that's connected to the Golden Hammer. Now to be more specific, that should be the Stealth Gao 2 with also the big engine that you might have seen in my review on the Star GaoGaiGa option set from Bandai. But here, we really can't see that huge engine on the two sides. It seems to be a lot smaller in here. So this is going to be really great. Not only are we getting the Golden Hammer, but we're also getting the Star GaoGaiGa option set. Now how are they going to release that? I have no idea. And most likely it's going to be the Stealth Gao 2 itself as one single release, unless they bundle with that with the Golden Mark, which should be interesting to see. But again, what I worry, it's also on the price, so do make it a reasonable price that people can afford, giving on this whole entire COVID situation, everyone's wallet is on a very tight budget. So please make it that way. Alright, enough of this picture. Moving on, we have, it's this one right here. Being a fan of a GaoGaiGa, I've compared this shadow with a lot of different arts from the GaoGaiGa Mecha series, and the closest one we have is the Choulujin. But there's actually a little bit different from the normal Choulujin that we have. The normal Choulujin's, the shoulder, it's the two fire trucks, that looks like a block. But here you can see the shadow, the shoulder goes all the way down to the waist level, which is actually very different from what we imagine. And if this is really Chorujin, my only guess is that it's actually combined with the space pack, the 2 booster on the side. That's why it will look like that. But if it's not that, I really cannot tell what this could be. Now on the other hand, if it's definitely Chorujin, I'm also very hyped on this because we finally get to see a die-cast, fully transformable and fully combinable Chorujin that we can collect. Now if they can do the Chorujin, we can also anticipate that they're going to do the Gekirujin, and also from the GaoGaiGa Final Series, the Tenryujin, the 2 female sisters of the 4 brothers. And hopefully we can see that soon because there's definitely not a diecast release for the Tenryujin that is transformable and combinable. So hopefully Post Plus can actually grant our wish and make this happen. So that's it with the Post Plus. Also, speaking of GaoGaiGa, the Hobby Japan / Amakuni has also confirmed to release the King Jada. Now as you can see right now, we have the 3D model of the King Jada itself, and it's looking really detailed, just as much as the Genesis GaoGaiGa that we reviewed previously. So definitely you don't have to worry about the looks, it's going to be very great. But what I do worry about is the amount of accessories that it might have. As you know, the GaoGaiGa that we reviewed it hardly has any accessories, and you must purchase the option set that's coming out later in order to have most of the other ones. While the King Jada, in the story itself, it already has hardly any accessories or weapons. So I believe there's not going to be any kind of weapons or effects that's going to be in this product that they're going to release. And judging from the size of the head and also the arms, I don't think the head and also the arms is going to separate and combine into the smaller Jada itself. And also the size of it is also another question on how they're going to release this. Now, if they're going to be accurate to the story, which is basically a couple times taller than the GaoGaiGa itself, we're going to have a massive King Jada on it. So that's going to be very unlikely. So what's going to happen is that they're going to scale it down to roughly around the same size as the Genesis GaoGaiGa. So that goes without saying, the scale is not going to be unproportional between the two. But at least we can display the two together in a relative same size. So that's it with the King Jada. So moving on, we have is our favorite CCS toys, Shingeta 1. Now just like the Gurren Lagann before, we now have is the Shingeta in the grayscale of their prototype, and definitely didn't disappoint any of us so far. We can see that there's all these kind of details on it, just like what we've seen with the Gurren Lagann and also the machine gun that we still have yet to receive. But as long as they keep the quality and also the gimmicks from the Gurren Lagann and also the Machine Gun Zero that we've seen so far, then there's no doubt that the Shingeta 1 is another one of those high-endly anticipated products from CCS Toys. But there's actually no price or release date for this, which I really hope that there was, because it would be definitely another one of those things that I can look forward to being released. So aside from the main body, we have no idea whether or not how many weapons or gimmicks that this is going to have, nor do we know if that it's going to come with a wings or not. So hopefully they do, because without the wings, Shingeta 1 isn't Shingeta 1. So speaking on Shingeta and also the Machine Gun Zero, there's another brand that we must actually watch out for, which is the famous Metal Build series. Now you remember back in the Time Machine Nation, now I did talk about the hidden picture of the Shingeta and also the Machine Gun Zero on the background of the dragon scale that they display. Now as you can see here, they're actually very detailed and it's looking very amazing, at least for the line art. We have no idea how it is going to be like when it's become a product, nor do we know the size that they're going to release. But what I do know is that if they do release it and we have the product in hands, it's going to be a very great comparison with these two from the Metal Build series and compare them with the CCS Toy series. That's going to be an amazing comparison. We got one hand, CCS Toys is actually giving us a very promising details, colors, and also gimmicks, while at a very affordable price. While on the middle bill, we have no idea how much gimmicks that they're gonna put in, nor do we know that how much weapons they're gonna include, but we know that middle bill is not going to be cheap. So that's going to be very interesting on how this is going to be played out. It's almost as if it's tailor-made just to go against CCS Toys. So hopefully I'm just overthinking this a little bit, and I'm definitely looking forward to on both of these releases from both parties. So which of the upcoming releases are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it with today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and find it useful. As usual, do support me by hitting that like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.